New from Deaf Crocodile is White Son of the Desert, and an absolutely outstanding film, which just goes to show the amount of films that are just amazing, waiting to be discovered out there. And Deaf Crocodile have done this a lot, where they have given me a film to check out that just blows me away. Almost immediately from the start, I was hooked in this one. I found it to be heartfelt, funny, exciting. I was hooked on what was going to happen next, and I loved the characters that populated this small world. It was amazing. So you're stuck in the desert as this Russian soldier dreams of getting back to his wife. He's been at war for so long, all he wants is to get home, and he is just trekking along the desert in that goal.
Везет мне на эти дела. Я еще в госпитале зарок себе дал. Получу увольнительную и домой прямиком. Никаких там историй.
As he travels, he bumps into an array of people. One of the first people he meets is someone who's been buried up to their neck in sand, helping them out, getting an ally as they come along the adventure. Then he bumps into some of his soldiers, and they seem to have got hold of 9 women, a harem of a warlord, and they just kind of abandon them with this soldier as he is again on this journey. He ends up at a small base that's mostly abandoned and dilapidated, with a few weird and odd characters as they all kind of get there, waiting on the next step when they get word that the warlord is coming. He's coming to get his wives, he's coming to lay down destruction. They get kind of caught in the middle of this civil war that's going on between a couple of different factions. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing the way it creates this wonderful ideology of the main character. You know, on the surface, it's a frontier adventure. One lone soldier in a hostile environment, a looming showdown. It creates all these kind of situations that I have seen before, that I'm kind of familiar with, but it really tackles them in a different manner. One of the things that I really loved is the fact that it's quite philosophical. You know, you hear him narrating these letters that he's sending his wife, and as the situations change, as the odds become greater, the tone of him starts to change. He becomes almost apologetic. He was trying his hardest to get back to her, but unfortunately things are looking as though he may end up not being able to make it back at all.
А еще хочу приписать для вас, Катерина Матвеевна, что иной раз такая тоска к сердцу подступит, клешнями за горло берет. Думаешь, как-то вы там сейчас?
I love the fact that the protagonist isn't your typical hero. He doesn't want to be a saviour. He doesn't have that swagger of a gunslinger. He's tired. He's done with war. He just wants to go home, which I just absolutely loved. It takes the kind of bravado that your main character would have and replaces it with a longing to get back to his family, to his wife, and he kind of gets lost in that space. It's kind of in this world which is vast and lonely and indifferent. It just kind of heightens his draw for home, for his wife, and to get there. And I absolutely loved it. I love the fact that the hero just doesn't seek glory. He fulfills obligations because someone has to. Like I said, the characters that he meets are fascinating, whether it be the man who was buried up to his neck in sand and how he becomes an ally and they form a bond. Whether it be the harem of women who really take to this man who actually treats them as people. There's a whole side story about the warlord demanding that they had killed themselves rather than being captured, but they obviously didn't do that. There is an aging soldier who is constantly looking back to past triumphs and struggles and adversities that he's had, knowing that his world has changed. He's settled down and those years of adventure and danger are far behind him, but he's still longing to get back to that. The young soldier that's working with him, that has his whole future ahead, it kind of gives him a reflection on his past, of what he was when he started out to where he is now, that kind of eagerness and excitement to rush to battle with the world-weary experience of having actually been there.
Когда с тобой разговаривает подпоручик!
The melancholy beneath the adventure, just utterly fascinating, and it builds to an incredible finale, which I absolutely loved. White Son of the Desert, terrific. One of my favourite Deaf Crocodile films from the start to finish. I loved it as a compact runtime. It looks amazing. It's filled with terrific characters and situations. I can't rave about it highly enough. I had never heard of the film. Chances are you've never heard of it either. Search it out, check it out. You will not be sorry. Let's dive into the disc, have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for White Son of the Desert. We have a commentary track by Rolf Giesen. Next we have The Revolution Has Set You Free, White Son of the Desert, and the Soviet Red Western, which runs for 16 minutes and 1 second, and it's all about red westerns or osterns, which is something that I hadn't really discovered before. And it was great to get an information about some of the films that came out, how this was the most popular and prominent one of them. Just an idea to get a different flavour of film. Next we have an interview with Sergei Lavrentiev, which runs for 58 minutes 53 seconds, again moderated and interviewed by Denis Bartok of Deaf Crocodile Films. It's great, really delving into the film, its legacy, its impact, and just, how fantastic and wonderful it really is. There is also a new 2025 trailer. Also included in this is a 58-page booklet where there is 2 great essays. We've got How a Cult Classic Was Born by Peter Rolberg and White Son of the Desert by Walter Shaw. And that is the extras for White Son of the Desert. As you can guess, love this film. I can't praise it highly enough. I utterly adore it. And I think you will as well, really. I would love to know your thoughts on this film. If you've seen it, please let me know if you loved it or hated it. Whatever way you felt, just drop me a comment and let's encourage other people to go and check this one out. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.